Follow your passion is dangerous advice. After leaving university and going through the unconventional route, I feel like I've gained some insight into what it's like to find my passion or find work that I genuinely enjoy. I'll preface this by saying that I'm certainly no Tony Robbins or no Oprah Winfrey. I do not have all the answers. Being a final year university student comes with its fair share of anxiety-inducing questions around the dinner table. Some of the most frequent include, so what are you going to do next year? Why don't you just follow your passion? And my personal favorite, what internships do you have lined up over the summer? Questions like this have led me on a quest to research different career paths. It's also given me a moment to reflect about the topic of following my passion for the last 5 years in the fitness industry. So after that little background, let's start off with some context about where I'm coming from. Let's start with what's really important. The latest findings indicate that 70% of American workers are not engaged or actively disengaged and are emotionally disconnected from their workplaces and less likely to be productive. If so many people are disconnected, shouldn't they not just follow their passion? Well, passion is an emotion, and passion isn't exactly something just to be found. It's not like all of a sudden I woke up one day and found my passion. Instead of finding my passion, I discovered interests, and these interests gave me energy. I followed that energy and eventually it led me to meaningful work. I'd like to say it was easy, but it wasn't. Finding work I genuinely enjoyed came from hating what I was doing in life. My interest for fitness started developing as an escape. I was procrastinating from college work and just didn't really enjoy the environment I was in. Because of this, I ended up spending 2 to 3 hours a day in a CrossFit gym so that I wouldn't have time to study or even think. The contrast of emotions created real clarity for me on what path to pursue. Compelling careers often have complex origins that reject the simple idea that all you have to do is follow your passion. The clarity I got meant that something needed to change. I ended up applying for an apprenticeship position in a gym. Fortunate for me, I was accepted. Following that, I dropped out of university, every parent's worst nightmare. After a couple months of the apprenticeship, I began to gain some autonomy in what I was doing. I was relatively competent and I was connecting with other people, which gave me a strong sense of purpose. I didn't necessarily love my work, or I didn't necessarily consider it a passion. Having gained autonomy, having gained competency, and having the ability to connect with others made my work really meaningful and very enjoyable. It was certainly not passion-centric career planning. Me finding my path to meaningful work came from a complex place of negative emotions. Passion is rare, and in fact, less than 4% of passions have anything to do with work or education. The remaining 96% of passions include hobby-style interests such as sports and art. I understand that not everyone has a passion, or for someone who was like me in college, I have multiple interests, not necessarily all passions, or I was just inexperienced and didn't know which road to pick. Picking something I was interested in and getting as good as possible at it made me find fulfillment in my work. As Cal Newport also talks about in his book, building career capital as you go along, building skills and experiences then leads to more opportunities. Through these opportunities, you get to build more passion or interest for your work. So, what to do instead? Well, according to the Career Change stats, the average person will change career 5 to 7 times during their work life. I am no guru. I know as the economy changes, if I continue to build some valuable skills and experience, building that career capital and pushing outside my comfort zone, I'll be able to continue the trend of finding meaningful work by pursuing interests that give me energy and prioritizing fulfillment over passion. You know what passion is? Passion is an emotion. It's an emotion without action. Passion will get you nowhere. Inner drive will get you nowhere unless you act on it. You have to act on your passion. You have to act on your inner drive. Don't let those feelings stay inside you. You gotta know what you want to do with them. You gotta know how to make them work to get what you want. Tim Grover. So, folks, that was the end of the video. I appreciate you subscribe and give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions on topics you'd like me to cover or books to read, you can please leave them below. And thank you. Until next week.